A lot of those achievements were possible because of the power of dreams and goal setting, but also because of time management. So I'm really excited to share with you some of the things that I've learned. It's not rocket science, it seems very, very simple, but somehow people tell me it seems simple, but it's not so easy. It's very hard when you try to do them. So what I want to share with you, and this is supposed to be a 90-minute workshop in which we do a lot of work and we get exercises done, but we don't have 90 minutes today. So I'm going to be going really fast. I've tried to condense this into 30 or 40 minutes, okay? So I would share with you 3 key ideas only. The first one is the idea about wheel of life. The second one is the idea of the rocks and pebbles. And the third one is the idea of the 4 Ds, okay? So wheel of life, if you Google wheel of life, this is what you will find. You will find many different kinds of wheels of life on Google. This is one of the most popular ones where you will have a chart which will say business, career, finances, health, family and friends, romance, personal growth, fun and recreation, physical environment, and then what you do is to realize how balanced is your wheel of life. What you do is you give yourself a score on this chart. So you score yourself on your finances from 1 to 10. How happy you are with the amount of money you are making and saving and your future financial plans, and you give yourself a score on how happy you are with your health and fitness goals, and are you at level 5 or you think you are at level 10. So this shows you how much balance you have in your life. What I have done over the years is I've simplified this. I found it too complicated because I thought fun is supposed to be everywhere. So for me, fun is not like one separate thing. Fun is in romance, fun is in business, fun is in health, so fun is everywhere, you know. And for me, relationships is a cluster. So anyway, for a number of reasons, I simplified this into just few things. Money, which means everything related to money. We all have to earn money, yes? So whether it's your work or whether it's your business or whether it's about earning amount of money and saving money and retirement planning and wealth management, all of that is part of your money. So you score yourself on money. Second is your well-being. So everything to do with your health and your fitness and your physical well-being and your spiritual well-being and your emotional well-being, and all of that is part of your well-being. So how much time do you spend on your well-being? And then it's about personal development, because if you don't develop, our life's not going to change. So personal development has everything to do with what we are learning new things, learning about our work and productivity and efficiency and health and fitness and relationships, and learning about our business and work and learning new skills, developing new attitudes. So all of that is part of the personal development. And then there is relationships, starting from very intimate romantic relationships to relationships with your family and your friends and your social circle and the bigger community out there, and all to do with how you manage your relationships. Then it's about community, which is whether you're Russian community or whether it's an Indian community or whether it's a business community in a bigger way, or whether it's the entire entrepreneurial community, or so whatever the community you are in, how do you contribute to the community and how do you participate in the community programs? And then contribution is something that I added just about 5 years ago to my list. That there has to be some element of contribution, and contribution is not necessarily to the community, but contribution to the world. What do you want to leave behind? How do you want to contribute to others? How do you contribute positively to somebody else's lives? It's somehow an overlap in community, but I'd like to keep that as a separate element for now. So, very quick exercise. You two are partners, and you two are partners, and you two are partners, and you come here. You go there. You two are partners, and you two are partners, and you come here.
How are you?
You don't mind just for a second, or just come behind, or you go behind. Just sit next to each other, and you come here.
Oliver.
So you have a partner, and if you don't mind, come here, and you have a partner. So what you want to tell your partner is a very quick score on a scale of 1 to 10. So you tell your partner, on money, I'm feeling like 6, I'm feeling like 5, I'm feeling like 10, and on well-being, I'm feeling like this. On a 1 to 10, just tell your partner, how do you score yourself? And then your partner tells you. So you make sure your partner tells you, and you make sure your partner tells you on all of these 6. On a scale of 1 to 10, just a number, okay? Not a detailed discussion, just a number.
Development.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay, for my money-wise, 3, 12, 8, personal development, 7, relationships, 9, 10, community,
Okay, no discussion please, okay, just a number. So you say money is 4 and well-being is 5 and development is 6 and leadership is 7 and this is 8 and this is 9 and this is 10. Okay, yes.
Do you put average?
What is that?
Do you put average for those?
No, right now, how do you feel about what is your score on well-being? So if you are happy with your fitness and your health and your mental and spiritual well-being, you give yourself a score based on that. How do you feel today? Okay.
yes.
So how many have a 10 on money? Who has a 10 on well-being? Who has a 10 on development and who has a 10 on relationships? Yeah! Give me a 5! Who has a 10 on community? Okay, stop. Anyone? So it's hard to get a 10, right?
But we need space for improvement, don't we?
Of course, that's why 10 is a perfection. 10 is difficult. You don't give yourself a 10, right? How many 9s do you have? A few 9s. Excellent. Okay, so what we do is, I suggest that you do this exercise at home, not right now. You do a work session. You sit down at home tonight. You want to change your life. You want to increase your scores in all of the areas of your life. You want to have this fantastic life where everything is working beautifully well. And it's possible. It's achievable. So in this exercise, what you do is you say, okay, there are 112 hours in a week. You look at your last week. You look at your last week and you say, okay, and 112 hours because we cut down the 8 hours of sleep. I don't recommend 8 hours of sleep. I think that's too much. But let's say right now, on average, most people sleep 8 hours a night. So if you sleep 8 hours a night, you will have 112 waking hours in a week. So what you want to do is, out of those 112 hours, you want to decide how much goes where, how much goes here, how much goes where, how many hours go where. And then you see which ones are being neglected. You will be surprised, or maybe not surprised, that 60-70% of your hours will be dedicated to the money part at your work, at your job, at your business. So everything related to money is consuming huge amount of your time, and then you have a little bit of time left during which you struggle for well-being and development and relationships and the rest of the stuff. Which is the first step. You become aware that there are parts of my life which are completely neglected. You will see there are some parts which are 0 hours. I didn't do anything for community. I didn't do anything for the contribution. I didn't do much, a few hours of exercise. That's all. So that's the awareness. That's the very first step, to become aware. Now this is supposed to be taught, this is general, starting as a generally time management in our life. We're talking about life in general. Then we get into the focus of you apply this in your job as a professional, as an entrepreneur. How does this concept apply? Okay? So once you become aware that these are the parts which are being neglected, and no wonder you're giving yourself a lower score. So there are 2 things that you do at home. One is you write down your current score today on the 6 things, and secondly, you do this exercise. How many hours am I spending on each? Then there is this concept of rocks and pebble. Have you heard of the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey? Yes? How many of you have read that? Excellent, very good. If you haven't, you should. It's an amazing, amazing book. It was written in 1989 and still amazing. It's still very, very relevant. And you probably didn't know that it sold 15 million copies in 38 languages. It's so brilliant. It's just life-changing.